cutting my roommate's hair last night. We were watching videos. Recently, I cut her hair. Well, she wanted me to. I didn't just like do it out of nowhere. Like she wanted, so I cut her hair for her, and she's never had her hair cut like that before. And she's worried about her parents. Like they're probably gonna say something like, "Why did you cut your hair?" I just told her to tell them that you're still beautiful with or without long hair. You just tell them that, and they cannot argue with that. I actually applied to 3 colleges after high school, which was Ball State, IUPUI, and IU Bloomington. IU Bloomington offered probably the best amount of financial aid, and I knew they offered the most diversity, I guess, of courses and opportunities for me. And I just like the idea of being in a big campus, and I knew that IU was like one of the top 10 like largest campuses in the United States. So I was like, let me go to that campus. But when I came here during Welcome Week, I'm thinking I'm gonna stay with international studies the whole time. I'm just gonna look around just to look around. So I look around and I find a table, and guy standing at the table goes, "Oh, this is anthropology," and I'm like, this is the major I thought I was getting into, but no, I guess I'm wrong. This is the one I need to get into. So like, that's how I chose or found out about anthropology. It was a matter of just figuring out what name, you know, putting a name to what I liked. So the name, I guess, was anthropology. That was what I was interested in. My favorite class would be Haitian Creole, and I just like learning languages. Like, I'm really obsessed with that. Actually, my parents are from Haiti, and I guess they would consider me a heritage speaker, but I don't really know my language very well because there isn't a huge population of Haitians in Indianapolis.
Okay. I thought you were done, sorry.
C'est un bagay moun itilize pou yo chita. Which
So pois, c'est sauce pois, diri ak pois collé. Mamba. Qui m'a aime mamba? Mamba ak pain.
And I was surprised that Indiana University offered the language, and even more surprised when I realized that they were the only university or institution that taught that. I usually study in my room, but then I get distracted. I like to be in places where there's a lot of activity because the silence can get very loud. So I have to go to like food courts, or I go to La Casa sometimes. There's like a lot of traffic going through there. La Casa is a very, open, welcoming thing. You don't have to be like exclusively like, you can only speak Spanish, you have to be from a Spanish country. Like you can just go in there and they'll just open arms, like welcome you in there. And it's really cool, very intimate setting.
bring your partner close.
Like raising your getting higher, but they don't keep your prices like
Yep. Did I leave my food here last night?
Your what? Your pepper?
My food. Yeah. y'all gotta document my struggle.
relatable though.
Ramen daily.
I really need a pack.
I don't think think I brought my pepper back in the room, though. I was also surprised at how friendly the people in my residence hall were. I knew that it was called the Global Village, but I didn't really think that they were actually gonna act like a village, but they do. Is this black pepper, Jessica? Is this black pepper, Jessica?
I know he knows
Jessica.
I'm out there.
It's just black pepper.
You found it.
Is it?
Yeah, that's pepper.
Okay.
I'd like to wish.
My dad doesn't know it, but when he comes here with the car, I'm taking over.
You're gonna drive home?
Yes.
Bitch, you better get well rested because you can't be crashing out here and then dying before you even get over it.
I'm going from March like 11th to the 10th flight for after.
I'm taking over. He kind of knows it.
We should book
I have no patience for this water to boil. The Global Village is a living learning community at IU. They are heavily involved in international and global, I guess, happenings. It's sort of like a club, sort of, but like a very open club. And we have like a lot of discussions and a lot of events for people to come together, and like we're basically a family. Within the second week, I would say, I was just feeling like really at home over here, and like it just makes it easier to live and navigate on campus knowing that you have like a group of people you can come back to every day, and just, you know, everyone's name, and you guys have been in each other's rooms, and it's just really like welcoming in the Global Village. Last semester, my only schedule was like really just the classes, but I wasn't thinking about putting together study time and sleep time and social time and all those other things that kind of help you be a better adult, I guess. I learned that I am stronger than I thought. Like, I know that's cliche, but okay, literally just the last week has been like L every day. I mean, I have good grades, don't get me wrong, but like, it's just been, you know, you wake up in the morning and you think your day is gonna be great because last night, you know, yesterday was good and everything, but you didn't charge your phone. You have 5% on your phone, so that's an L already in the beginning of the day. But it didn't get me down as like much as it probably would have if I was in high school. Once you go through that, you kind of realize that at the end of the day, you're not dead, and so there's no reason for you to let that bring you down. Keep a smile on my face and keep walking, because I mean, there's other things going good for me. I realize that there's a life outside of academics, but right now in this moment, I think my favorite class is creative writing. I've been working on poetry, but now we're moving into fiction, but we've been working on poetry for the past couple months.
Okay, those of you who don't have your book, buddy up with somebody who does.
Everyone's ugly.
I was never someone who thought of myself as someone who liked to write poetry. I mean, I like to read it sometimes, but you develop, when you get involved in things like that, when you start to actually do that kind of work yourself, you develop an appreciation for that craft. You know, like when you're a little kid and you go to an amusement park and everything's just so big, and I mean, when you're little, everything's just 10 times bigger to you, and it's just more magical, I guess, in that sense. So like when I came to IU, that's kind of how it felt. Like everything was just so like mysterious and huge in this big world I didn't know about. Like when I think about how I felt that day, like I wish I could feel like that every day.